violence and violent group to Ottawa. So according to them, it was all justified because of this alleged accusation. Of course, well, as we said, the Emergency Act was not necessary according to Freedom Corp. And one last person that I want to touch on is the Indigenous group from British Columbia. Well, I missed part of their cross-examination, but in the part that I remember, they said that the use of the Emergencies Act, that the consultation that the government did prior to invoking the Emergencies Act, they didn't take into consideration the Indigenous community, and they had, quote unquote, a lack of respect for the Indigenous community. And here's the reason why that's funny. Justin Trudeau keeps saying that he's the biggest purveyor of DEI. He's the biggest feminist out there. He's the most inclusive prime minister we've ever seen. He loves Indigenous communities, even though he's not providing clean water to them. He loves the Indigenous people. And I've got the chief of the Indigenous chief, something like that, from British Columbia, who says that he had a disrespect for Indigenous communities. So anyway, that was my rundown of the closing statements. And I think shortly we'll be able to move on to Alan Hodder.
And I just need to specify that they got like some representative from Saskatchewan and Alberta government take a cross-examination. Like they were there, they asked questions, but they were the less and like there when the Emergencies Act was deployed. Either Ontario, Quebec, the one who were there the most, providing policy and supporting the Emergencies Act, none of them came and talked.
Well, and they also, in the case of Quebec, they didn't invoke a state of emergency on their own. So they didn't they didn't bother to take, again, the whole point of the Emergencies Act is you've ran out of tools. Quebec didn't use the tools at their disposal. They didn't use their level of emergency. They just hit the nuclear button.
Well, seven out of all the provinces didn't use the Emergencies Act.
Yeah.
7 of them. Anyways.
Yeah. So now I think it's time for changing guests.
Yeah, Alan Hodder, yeah.
Are you, which one of you is swapping out? Or are you both going?
I'll go. I'll go sit on the couch and listen to you guys. It was a long day, a long 6 weeks. I've just recovered from my little sickness. I'm able to speak today. Yesterday I wasn't able to, and my throat is starting to hurt a little bit right now again. So yeah, it's been a fun, long, and interesting 6 weeks.
Yes, it has, William, and thank you very much for your hard work. You are a working journalist twice your age and holding some of the most powerful people in this country to account. So I'm really proud of the work that you've done over the course of the Trucker Commission, but even before that, when you were cutting your teeth, doorstepping politicians to the point where now I think they're going to build a tunnel to get away from you. They're going to burrow through the city streets. I know, like a mole. I'm like, that's William. William did that.
Well, in all fairness, they started building the weird thing that's going to take more than 15 years to build prior to me starting to question Omar Al-Jabra, but they are actually building a tunnel between all the government buildings. Yeah, but thanks for your words, Sheila.
Yes. Let's hit an ad and then we'll bring Alan onto the set, please.